The war in Ukraine rages on. Peace feels like a distant dream. Why? One word: trust, or rather the lack of it. Ukrainians, scarred by years of conflict, demand real security guarantees. They need more than words. They need ironclad assurances that Russia won't just turn around and attack again. Think about it. You've been brutally attacked by your neighbor. You're beaten and bruised, your house is trashed. Now, your neighbor, with a smirk, says, "Let's just forget about it." Would you trust them? That's essentially what Ukraine is dealing with. The memory of Russia's 2014 annexation of Crimea is still fresh. The ongoing conflict in the Donbas region serves as a constant reminder of Russian aggression. Ukrainians are clear, they want peace. But they won't settle for a peace that leaves them vulnerable. They need guarantees. Guarantees that Russia will respect their sovereignty. Guarantees that their borders will be secure. Until those guarantees are in place, the fighting will continue. The desire for peace is shared by many, but the path to achieving it, that's where things get messy. The US, Europe, and Ukraine, while united in their support for Ukraine, seem to have different ideas about how to end the war. Tensions, unfortunately, are brewing. Zelensky and the US have clashed. Europe is trying to assert itself. Everyone has an opinion. It's like a family trying to decide where to go for dinner. Everyone wants to eat, but nobody can agree on the restaurant. This lack of a unified strategy only emboldens Russia. It allows them to exploit the cracks in the alliance. The Kremlin thrives on division. A house divided against itself cannot stand. And right now, the West's strategy seems about as stable as a house of cards in a hurricane. Amidst the chaos and disagreements, Europe is making a power play. They're tired of being seen as the US's sidekick. They want to lead the charge for peace. A recent summit in London was all about Europe taking control. It's a bold move. But is it the right one? On the one hand, Europe is geographically closer to the conflict. They're directly impacted by the war's economic and social consequences. They have a vested interest in seeing peace prevail. On the other hand, can they stand up to Russia without the full backing of the US? Can they present a united front despite their own internal divisions? Only time will tell if Europe's gambit will succeed. But one thing is clear, the stakes are incredibly high. While the West grapples with its internal divisions, Russia is busy playing its usual games. Disinformation? Check. Sabotage? Check. Meddling in other countries' affairs? Double check. They're like that annoying kid in school who cheats at everything and then blames everyone else when they get caught. Except in this case, the stakes are far higher than a game of kickball. Russia is actively trying to undermine international support for Ukraine. They're spreading lies and propaganda. They're interfering in trade deals. They even have the audacity to talk about peacekeeping while simultaneously pushing for regime change in Ukraine. It's a blatant attempt to install a puppet government in Kyiv. A government that would dance to Moscow's tune. It's a chilling reminder that Russia's ultimate goal is not peace, it's control. As if the diplomatic wrangling wasn't complicated enough, there's the small matter of the actual war still raging on the ground. Despite all the talk of peace, the fighting continues. Both sides have made recent advances. It's a tragic reminder that peace is more than just words on paper. It requires a genuine commitment from both sides to lay down their arms and find a peaceful resolution. Unfortunately, that commitment seems to be lacking. The territorial disputes remain a major sticking point. Russia shows no sign of relinquishing its grip on Crimea. The fighting in the Donbas region drags on. Until these core issues are addressed, the violence will continue. And with each passing day, the human cost of this conflict continues to rise.